Good day everyone, here is our latest video update on the newest tropical cyclone here in the western Pacific. We now have Tropical Storm Prapiroon moving over the Philippine Sea. Today is the October 8th, Monday, and here is our latest afternoon update. Continue to watch this newly formed cyclone, the 21st cyclone to be named officially here in the 2012 Pacific typhoon season. So we are marching ahead in terms of the climatological average in terms of the cyclone formation for the western Pacific. And again, we have Prapiroon, locally named as Bagyong Nina by Pagasa, as it is inside the Philippine area of responsibility. The system was last located approximately 1,150 kilometers southeast of Okinawa, or about 1,300 kilometers east of the island of Luzon, so still pretty far out there, not affecting any land directly. Now, the system continues to intensify from a tropical depression yesterday to a severe tropical storm now, actually being categorized by the Japan Meteorological Agency. Maximum sustained winds now at 100 kilometers per hour with gusts of up to 150. The system is moving very slowly here westward at 10 kilometers per hour and has moved very little in the past 4 days. Actually, remember when we first talked about this in our blog, and also westernpacificweather.com system was developing west of the Marianas, and again still here in the Philippine Sea area. As I said, the system continues to intensify and consolidate, improving structure overall. And if we look at the infrared image, we are seeing that a pretty good convective activity, although the central dense overcast is still in its initial development. We are seeing a pretty good radial outflow from the system being enhanced by an anticyclone that is directly overhead the system, also providing low wind shear right around 10 knots or weaker even, allowing our system to continue to consolidate. In terms of the wind shear and also the sea surface temperatures, they are all favorable. We're not worried by the any sort of dry air intrusions for the short term. And in fact, if the system continues on its current pace of intensification, it could become a typhoon in the next 24 to 36 hours as continues to march along the warm waters of the Philippine Sea. And we do have pretty good consensus in terms of the intensity forecast for Prapiroon. Not so much with the track though. Computer models, forecast agencies have highly been inconsistent, also erratic, and also showing large disagreements in the next 3 to 5 day forecast for the system because of a highly complex evolution with our steering layers in the atmosphere for this week. You look at the steering layers here in the Western Pacific, and this is the initialization, no forecast here, but for now we are seeing two subtropical ridges allowing the system to move generally westward. A trough will dive in the next 24 to 48 hours, allowing Prapiroon to move northwestward and eventually move north in the next 2 to 3 days. But then another series of troughs and perhaps re-strengthening of ridges here in the Western Pacific and also here in Eastern China might produce some certainties and may even lead to highly erratic movement for our system within the next 3 to 5 days. In fact, some models are even showing a loop. But what we can say is it does seem likely the system will remain in this region just east of the Philippines within this week. Will be moving very slowly in this region. In fact, the computer models again showing some sort of a movement towards the north and eventually to the northeast. Now, this is only one part of the story. Some computer models take this to the west, actually into Taiwan, particularly the European model, taking Prapiroon to Taiwan by early next week. So there is some pretty big pretty big disagreements among the computer models that we use, and all of that is due to the continually changing factors in the atmosphere and also the polar front as noted by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, is now saying the polar front is now sagging farther south, which is quite normal for this time of the year as we head into the autumn and winter months, and that, along with the numerous troughs that are forecast to move across Asia in the next few days, that will lead to a very complex steering factor here in the Western Pacific. And as the system continues to intensify here, we expect the computer models to start to have more consistency, and also more agreement, hopefully. But as in terms of the current forecast, they are pretty much uncertain at this time, and do have low confidence in some of these. We begin with Pagasa's official forecast, and they are tracking it to the west generally in the next 2 days, but then by Thursday it should start moving to the northwest. But Joint Typhoon Warning Center forecasting a westward turn and then a track to the north by Thursday and Friday, and also see that they are forecasting this to continue intensifying, perhaps becoming a typhoon the next 24 hours, and even becoming a Category 3 major typhoon as we head into Saturday. Now, take a look at these two forecasts from Pagasa and from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, and compare this with the Japan Meteorological Agency's 5-day forecast, and boy, this is a very different forecast track. Not saying they're wrong, just noting the just highlighting the differences, major differences among our official agencies out here in the Western Pacific. They are forecasting this to move westward and then turn northwestward, and look at that, recurving Prapiroon to the northeast, away from Okinawa, away from the Philippines, away from Taiwan by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In terms of the forecast intensity, they are also expecting this to become a typhoon in the next 24 to 36 hours. But again, in terms of the track, they really are still showing very big disagreement. But as we've said before, we expect the track to start. We expect the agencies to start hinging on a more common track, and we expect the consensus to start aligning themselves, computer models to start aligning themselves in the next few days. But for now, we will continue watching. Although the short-term forecast is quite in good agreement, the system will continue moving westward. That we can be certain of, and we can only hope that in the next few days we start getting a better picture on the system. That's our update for Prapiroon. Quickly take a look here on the Philippines. This is the visible satellite imagery, and you may probably see this swirl, low-level circulation center actually moving east of the Philippines, moving southward into east of Bicol region, and eventually into the Samar Island. This is a low-pressure area that is very weak and has very little chance of developing into a tropical cyclone, but it is bringing rain showers across eastern parts of Luzon and even into Bicol region, and could eventually bring rain showers across parts of Visayas in the next 24 hours. Again, this is not forecast to intensify, but again may bring rain showers and perhaps gusty winds and even some high waves along the eastern seaboard of Luzon and even into Visayas. The rest of the Philippines, though, remains in generally clear weather, especially here in parts of western and central Visayas, enjoying warm afternoon and also quite sunny skies here. Mindanao also enjoying that. May see some isolated thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon, but nothing too severe, nothing too widespread. Palawan also enjoying that clear skies with some occasional thunderstorms here and there. Is our video update for the day. Continue to check out our blog and also westernpacificweather.com for the latest video updates and also text updates on the ongoing Tropical Storm Prapiroon and also weather across the Western Pacific, and also the latest official forecast from the Pagasa and also JMA for Tropical Storm Prapiroon, and also weather forecasts for the countries here in the Western Pacific. Stay safe, guys. Bye.